Hello there and welcome to Local for Leeds. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm of course George. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are reviewing that 1-1 draw that Leeds United picked up against Wolverhampton Wanderers at Elland Road, where Leeds left it late, didn't we, Leeds fans? We left it very late, but eventually came out with a 1-1 draw against Wolves. And it was I think it's fair to say that we could have won that match on another day. We had chances to do so. Wolves were very disappointing. They were awful, I felt. But yeah, let's get into it then. So yeah, from the very start, you look at the lineup and you think, we know that Phillips is probably not going to play. Bielsa said that in his press conference, didn't he? But what I don't understand is why Phillips is on the bench if he's not going to start. You know, if he's fit enough or healthy enough, as Bielsa would say, to sit on the bench, then he's good enough and he's okay enough to play. I didn't really see the point in having him on the bench, if I'm honest. If he's not going to play, was a bit odd. You might as well have him on the pitch, you know. But anyway, as it was, Phillips and the midfield wasn't really a talking point of the game. I felt it might be in my preview, but it wasn't at all. You know, I felt like Neves, was going to play, and I thought he would be a real strong component for Wolves and I felt like the midfield would be where the game was won and lost. It didn't pan out like that. Like I said, Navas wasn't even on. Well, he was on the bench. He didn't even start the game, which was a bit odd. And I've noticed a few Wolves fans were a bit confused as to why that happened as well. But yeah, it was a bit odd. But let's be honest. The good news was that Rafinha was back in the side, and as soon as you see Raf in the team, you think, right, we're going to have a bit of more creativity now. Lots more creativity than Southampton. They couldn't get any worse. But yeah, and there was, you know, in the first half, Rafinha was all over Wolves. He was all away. He was always involved in our attacking players. He always is anyway, but he was, and we really benefited. We always benefit from him in the starting lineup. We did in this one as well, but to no avail really. He couldn't really create much, but he was giving it a good go. But we take it right to the start of the game, and they get the goal. They get the first goal, don't they, Wolves? And opening 10 minutes, it was nothing much from both teams. I felt like we started the better, if I'm honest, and looked a bit more dangerous than Wolves did. But at the same time, neither side were really testing each other. In all honesty, I don't really remember the goalkeepers, bar probably one each, have made, you know, really goal-saving saves. To be honest with you, most of it was pretty routine for the goalkeepers in this one. But yeah, they get a goal pretty much out of nothing in the 10th minute, and it's that man Hwang, the South Korean man again. He's on fire. I pinpointed him in the review. You know, he's started to score goals. He's had a bit of a lease of life on loan from Leipzig. So yeah, I know a lot of Wolves fans are calling for them to sign him permanently, and why not? You know what I mean? 4 goals is it in 6 games now for him. I mean, to be honest with you, he won't score an easy one all season. It was a tap in, and but my beef in this build up to this goal, and I'm sure it is with many Leeds fans, is with Jack Harrison on that side there. Connor Cody pings over the free kick to the Wolves' right hand side, and I don't know what Harrison's doing, but he seems to get caught under the ball, and he just lets Semedo dance past him, or just walk past him, really stroll past him, and onto the byline, and yeah, he cuts it back. Jimenez gets a shot in, it's blocked, and it falls nicely to Hwang, who just taps the ball in, and suddenly Wolves are 1-up in the 10th minute of the game, and you're thinking, here we go again. You know, how is this one going to pan out? But yeah, it was disappointing. But Harrison, a word on Harrison, Had he been out on the town on Friday night? Because he looked absolutely knackered. You know, usually it's so effortless, isn't it, for Harrison, just to pick the ball out the air, really pinpoint it on his foot, and it just looked a real effort for him in this game, and everything he did wasn't coming off. It was probably from that, that mess up he did from the goal. Maybe his confidence went down, and it just, I don't know what it was. Everything he tried, wrong decision making, bad first touches, and ball just kept on getting away from him. And I don't know whether that was Bielsa's thinking to take him off because he was playing poorly, or the fact that it was just to change around the tactics, because obviously, like as we look at the lineup, and obviously great Raf's in the team, but you think, is he going to play the 10? I've been calling for that. I'm sure a lot of Leeds fans have been calling for him to play in that number 10 role alongside Rodrigo. I think it would elevate Rodrigo's game a great deal, but no, it's Dan James who ends up playing up top by himself, and Rodrigo next to Click, Raf and Harrison on the wings. So it was a bit odd to see James up front by himself. And let's be honest, Leeds fans, it was an experiment from Bielsa that didn't work. I think James had about 7 touches in the whole first half. I actually forgot he was playing in the whole game. I felt he was very ineffective, and that's just my opinion. I just didn't think he affected the game at all. But yeah, it was odd to see him up there by himself. Obviously Bielsa's trying to mix around, which is good. Good to see him kind of mix up the formation and mix up the person. Well, not the formation, but the personnel, because it just needs that tweaking, that sort of, let's try this, let's try that. And fair enough, it didn't work. We know that now. Let's try something else next time, because the team for me still looks stale. I know we've got a lot of injuries and people out for, hopefully, likes of Bamford, Elland, Phillips, and everybody can get back involved in the next few weeks, and we can get back to full strength and really kick on now in the season. But I've seen this result likened a lot to the Brentford result in our championship winning campaign, where we go away to Brentford on a bit of a rut. We're on a bit of a bad run of form, and we get a draw. It's a 1-1 draw. Cooper gets the goal for us after Kiko Casillas made a howler. How often did we say that while he was in a Leeds shirt? But yeah, that result kind of galvanised everybody into kind of, and obviously we went on a fantastic run from then on, and obviously ultimately got promoted. But it feels oddly like a win, doesn't it? I know a late goal equaliser, it will feel like that, but it does feel like a big result this for Leeds. And people have been saying, well, why are you celebrating so much after a 1-1 draw? Well, I don't think it's the fact that we're celebrating. I think the Leeds fans realise that it's a big moment in the season, that coming away from Elland Road today with a 1-0 defeat, compared to coming away from Elland Road with a 1-1 draw and a point in the bag, it's much different in the way, in the form that we're in at the moment. It's every point is massive, and this one just feels like a big point. With Norwich, who got spanked by Chelsea 7-0. Them next to come at I think it's an away game, isn't it? Carrow Road next Saturday. In between is the Arsenal Cup game, but yeah, it just feels like something to build on. And if we'd have lost this one today, obviously question marks start to come in, and it's another 1-0 defeat, which it did feel like it was obviously going to be for a long period of time. But I must admit, like I said at the top, I think we deserve more than what we got. It wasn't a game, like I've said, where it was full of chances. It was just the balance of play. We just seemed to control it more, and we just seemed to be that team that just had more of the play, had more of the attacking prowess. And I must admit, I was really disappointed with, not disappointed obviously, but I felt like Wolves would give us something more. I felt like with Wolves you feel like you're going to get attacking prowess and real problems, real pace. There was just none of that, and like I've said about Raul Jimenez, I was worried as a fan coming into that, as an opposition fan. You know, him coming in, he's dangerous. And he was more dangerous to the grass on the Elland Road pitch today than he was to the Leeds United defence. The amount of time he spent rolling around on there, it was ludicrous. But having said that, I felt like Liam Cooper and the rest of the defensive boys dealt with him extremely well. A shout out, of course, as well to Jamie Shack, who I felt marshalled Adama Traore extremely well. I thought Adama Traore was extremely quiet, as was Jimenez, really. You know, like I said, he was probably more a danger to the grass than he was to our defence. Melee, I thought, did what he had to do, made a smart save, like I said, in the second half. And we looked comfortable, but we were going forward. We were not doing much. You know, Click, I don't know what's happened to Click, but he seems knackered at the moment, and he has done for some time. But I said last week, you know, we're asking Gelhardt, a young lad, never played in the Premier League before, to go in an away game and getting us a goal. It was the same today, obviously, but the difference was the home crowd. And everybody that went there today got behind the lads, and you could feel the noise, the atmosphere. We were sucking the ball into the goal. Those guys in the stadium were just, yeah. And Gelhardt fed off that, and he just thought, you know what? He saw Wolverhampton Wanderers, and he said, you know what? I'm going to take you guys by the scruff of your necks, and I'm going to go and give you a game. And he did. He was direct. It was that no fear about the young lads. Somerville as well, you know, looked absolutely fearless of this Wolves team. Just go straight at them, go for the jugular, and that's what they did. They just went for the necks, went straight there and thought, right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to give you hell. And Gelhardt did. You know, he was the one that got us that, you know, closest chance where Saar, fantastic save. You know, he blasted it there towards him. It was fabulous save, to be fair, that. You know, he came close again. Well, he had another chance. He skied over the bar. And then he was just running at them, wasn't he? There was that bit in the penalty box where he took on a few of them. Unfortunately, it came to nothing. But he kept going, and he won us that penalty. Absolutely brilliant. The way he just nipped it past Neves. And then into the box, and he jinks it past a few players, and then he's got brought down. I've seen a lot of Wolves fans saying, not a penalty, but it's 2021, and you've got, you know, that's the nature of what football has become. You know, he's running at pace. It isn't much contact. It is soft, but it is a penalty. He's impeded him. He's going to go down. It's late in the game, you know. He's felt his hands on him, and he's thought, well, I've got to go down here. Yeah, it's like I said, it's 2021. In this day and age, it's a penalty all day long, and that's the way it is. And Rodrigo goal will do him massively in confidence, a big boost in his confidence. And you saw it was a great penalty, wasn't it? Calm and cool as you like, sent the keeper the wrong way, and the stadium from there just erupts, and you can see what it meant to him. He goes away, kicks the corner flag in joyous celebration, and all the lads come over to him, and everybody's celebrating, and the fans are going mental, and that's what it's about. You know, the atmosphere in Elland Road looked electric. It sounded really loud and excellent. That's what we want. And because, to be honest with you, obviously ticking down, I thought it was gone. I thought it was dead. I thought we were going to end with a 1-0 defeat again, and where do we go from there? Like I said, I still think change will happen in probably the summer. I think Bielsa will see us safe, or it's early days still. We could go anywhere from here, but I then think he will hang up his manager post and just end it there. It will be a sad day, but I do think that the team are looking stale, and if it wasn't for that injection of youth, we would have ended up with another 1-0 defeat there. And yeah, but fully deserved. I felt like we deserved a win. Actually, I felt like we deserved a win. We got a draw. it's something to build on for Norwich next week, and obviously we've got a cup game in the week against Arsenal as well, which I expect a lot of the kids to probably play in that one. But yeah, look, it was a point apiece, a decent point in the end, I think, and onwards and upwards. What I would just like to address at the end of this video is that red card, or that non-red card, that tackle from Saez on Rafinha, which ended up in him being hobbled off and helped off the pitch. It's a red card all day long. I've seen Wolves fans say, oh, it's not a red card, whatever, this, that and the other. When the day and age where VAR's in the stadiums, I know it doesn't seem to be used very much at Elland Road, to be honest, particularly in Leeds United's favour. But when you've got VAR in the stadium, you expect that to be looked at, don't you, at the very least? Because if you have a look, it gets worse and worse as you slow it down. He studs up on his ankle, isn't it? It looks a nasty one. It's a red card all day long, and if he gets sent off, we're in more firm control than we were. Then we're going up against 10 men, although no doubt they would have put all their men behind the ball, as they did anyway, to be fair, didn't they? Let's be honest. Like I said, I was not impressed by Wolves at all in this one. But yeah, it's a red card all day long. Luckily, Rafinha's come out and said he's all right. Hopefully he'll be back in action against Norwich, because this Norwich game is tailor-made for him. Just go and rip them apart. That's what we want him to do, because he does that in pretty much every game. He's the main man, isn't he? But fantastic point today. Could have been more, but we'll take a point given the circumstances of the match. Let me know in the comments if you were there. Leeds fans, Wolves fans, everybody's welcome here. Just let me know what you thought of the game and how you enjoyed your day. And yeah, I'll see you again on the next one. It will be a preview to the Arsenal game, the cup match. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. As always, marching on together, and I will see you on the next one.